Why?
I feel like, because I be feeling guilty. Like, I feel like there's so much stuff I could be doing. And then part of it is my fault, because it's like, you could have been did that. You could have been got it done, but you procrastinating. And so when you have the free time, you got to use it to actually do some work. That's my problem. And I feel like even when I don't have any work to do, I'm like, okay, there's something that can be done.
Yeah.
It's something that can be done, so I gotta do it later. And I think that's what keeps me from enjoying my free time. Like, I just won't let myself breathe. Yeah. But when it comes to your free time, like, how long did it take you to be like, okay, you don't have nothing to do, and that's okay. Just live it. Just enjoy it. Like, how long did that take you?
Righty.
Yay.
I'm so
Finally
happy.
showtime.
Right? Okay. What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the Right Number Podcast. I'm the host, Armani LaDale, and today we have a very, very special guest. Y'all know her. She already been on the pod before. But what I realized is the visuals. I don't think I ever posted the visuals. And I have like a podcast with your name on it.
Really?
But it's not you in it. Like, I looked earlier, like a couple days ago, and it's just me. I'm like, maybe I lost the visuals.
Like, to post, like, on your Instagram account?
No, on the, like, I have the flyer with me and you on there, but like the YouTube video that we recorded, it's not up there, but it's on, like, it's on Apple Podcasts and it's on Spotify. So this is their first time, like, really seeing your face.
Okay,
I don't know how. I don't know how. But yes, y'all, we got Marshay with us. Yeah.
Hi.
So how you doing today, girl?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing better. I can
Better?
say that.
That's good. I love that. I love
Thank
that.
you. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm good. Setting this up, I'm stressing you.
It took us a good, like, what, 20, 25 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's okay.
It's okay.
You got it.
Girl, give us something to talk about when we first get on, because so it don't be awkward or nothing. So, but yeah, y'all, it took a long time for us to set this stuff up.
A lot of realizations.
Girl.
A lot
of blind moments, because it was definitely some blind moments, because you asked too. You were like,
I
is it because it's red? I'm like, no, it's just because you're number 2. Like,
whole time, because it was red.
Literally, because on the games, like, with, like, remotes, you'll have, like, the red controller and the blue controller. So that's all I'm thinking. Like, no, it's just because it's just the second mic.
Differentiating. Is that a word?
Differentiating.
Yeah. Mics. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I hope I'm right.
But I hope so too, because I couldn't get it out.
Okay, but yeah, so usually, we do the mental health checks, but like I told you, we gonna do the self-love box.
Okay,
so
cool.
This is not my first time. Wait till I get me some cards. I'm gonna be the right number box.
I love this.
But so first, it's like 3 different levels. So the first level is your past, second level is your present, and then third level is your future.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you pull it first.
I'm gonna do past.
Okay.
I can read it? Okay. Reminder, replace that was so stupid of me with that was so human of me. Okay, cool.
That's real.
I like that.
Yes. I actually had that reminder before. Because we talk so bad to ourselves. Like, just now, blind moment.
Yeah.
But, like, girl, no, you're human. You just had a little human moment. So, yeah, that's real. You ever had, like, a moment where you felt like you could have
all the time. Yes, all the time.
So, we definitely can relate on that. Let's do number 2. So, I have, where does the tension live in your body? I would say my shoulders. Like, the back of my shoulder blade. I don't know what that's about, but maybe I'm getting older.
Maybe just a little bit.
But like whenever I like do like this or whatever, like I could tell I had like a long week because like it'd be real tight, or like if I turn the wrong way, I'd be like, ow,
break it,
So yeah, that's me. Do you feel like you hold tension?
Definitely in my shoulders.
In your shoulder too?
I constantly remind myself to bring them down. Like they're always up.
Tense.
So I have to make sure I'm rolling back and chillaxing, Because
I do feel like I be tense sometimes too. For me, I think like it do be my shoulders sometimes. I be having to.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be like my neck. Like my neck probably be sticking out too much or something. Like I'd be like, girl, what are you doing? Like, you know how you be on your phone and then you open it, like the camera, and you be looking weird. I'm like, why am I sitting like that?
The whole angle just throw me off.
Yes, like why am I sitting like that? Let me get together. Okay, well, you can put the next one.
I'll do future. What do you need more time for?
We just talking about that.
Myself.
Okay, good. Self-love box. What do you feel like you'll do with that free time with yourself?
actually just sit down and chillax, or I would get more into TV. I used to love TV a lot, but now I don't got no more time for TV.
Just TV. Girl, literally me, but I've been making time. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
Yes.
That's good, though.
Because the same way, like, I don't feel like I have enough time for myself. Last week, I was telling you it was stressful.
Yeah.
And I was like ripping and running, ripping and running. Yeah. And it was like, yeah, I need time. Like, I think I came home on my lunch break just to
chill.
Because I had to, like, I was just at work. I'm at work for 9 hours a day and then come home doing homework. I mean, it's not, because you're doing way more than me. Don't get me wrong.
But you're still, like, adulting. Like,
yes, and it's like, like you said earlier, like that balance that you can't find. I'm still trying to find it too.
Right.
So, definitely more time for me. But I feel like I've answered that question on here before. I'm going to pull another one. I feel like I've answered that one before, but go ahead. What you was going to say?
It's very common, so you probably have.
Yeah.
But I feel like I didn't realize what I told you in the car until I told you in the car, where I said you have to refine balance. Like, it's not going to stay the same.
Literally.
Because you're losing things, you're gaining things, you're being introduced to new things. So you have to kind of like fit it all in this little puzzle. But yeah, you gotta keep finding balance.
But see, that's why I asked if you had the same school schedule, like your classes as last semester, because it may be a little easier because you still have like that foundation. Like, okay, boom, I'm done by 2, 3 o'clock. So let's map out the rest.
Yeah.
Something that my friend Jordan told me to help me. I keep saying like you don't know Jordan, but something that she told me was that stop planning sleep around everything else. Plan everything around sleep, because one thing I would just lose sleep. It's okay. I just like go sleep later. It's fine. I'll
Shake
just
back.
But as I get older, it's like my body don't do that. Like even like my senior year, I was like sleep deprived. Like I don't know if I talked to you about it, but like I was sleep deprived. Like I'm talking about, I was irritable. I was like almost in a depression. I'm talking about my bags be bad now, but they were horrible. Like just wearing hats so y'all can't see my eyes, because they were like
the trick.
So I really do not want to fall back into that, and I don't want you to fall into that. That sleep deprivation, whatever. Yeah. That is not no joke.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm talking about. That's probably the first time my whole 4 years of college I've ever had a panic attack.
Really?
Yes, and I used to have them as a kid, but college, I've never had. I'm like, oh my god, like I'm hyperventilating, like my face tingling, about to faint. Like it was bad. So definitely finding that balance is important. I did this with my boyfriend earlier today. We had like told each other our schedule, like just throughout the week. What are we doing? What we got to do today? What are we doing tomorrow? And just sharing that with each other. So I think like somebody to share like your schedule with, or even just writing it out, it helps a lot. Cause
I feel like saying it out loud. One, you're kind of like creating what's the word? Accountability in between each other. And then 2, maybe if that other person hears, oh, that's just too much, they can tell you, okay, Armani, calm down.
Be realistic.
Be realistic.
It's only 24 hours in a day, and 8 of those you sleep.
Exactly.
So
I get that. I like that a lot. That's cute.
Yeah. See, I like accountability too. Like, so somebody that help me hold myself accountable. Yeah. Because I love to hold other people accountable. Like me, I'm be like, now come on now, you shouldn't did that or whatever. But I need somebody to do the same thing for me, because sometimes I'll give myself like the easy way out. Like I do that all the time at the gym. I be like, yeah, that's it, ain't seeing me today. But when I went with my friend Jay, she was like, Armani, let's go, come on. So
back at it.
Somebody to just push you, because sometimes we be thinking we can't, but we can. I was gonna pull another card, but I just feel like we should go ahead and let the conversation start.
Cool. I like that too.
Okay, so I do recent reflections. I don't know if I did that the last time you were on. Did we do recent reflections? I be changing
stuff.
2
years ago.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I be changing stuff up so much, but recent reflections basically is just like me talking about like what I've been thinking about in the past, maybe like what I've journaled about that last week. So if you want to do that, I know we do have a topic we're going to get to. Yeah. But if you want to do that, or we can like incorporate both, it doesn't really matter.
We can incorporate both.
Okay. Yes. So you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So my recent reflection really would be not putting myself in like other people. Like my empathy runs like deep. So putting myself in like other people's mix in their business, it like drains me a lot.
What?
And it'd be like, I'm stressing out, I'm taking on all the emotion, and you don't understand how real that is until you doing it. So I really just been journaling and praying just that I kind of let that burden off of me, because it's not like anything I could do. Like truthfully, everything that's going on is in a whole other state.
Yeah.
So what is Armani gonna do?
Yeah.
Like
you're in Albany, Georgia. Like,
yeah,
I'm not. Your location out there, but
it's fine. I'm gonna leave it. It's okay. It's okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay. I think they know I work at ASU, so it's fine.
Okay,
at this
cool.
point, I do vlogs and stuff. But yeah, like some stuff I just can't control, and like we say that all the time, like control what you can control, but it's like every aspect of life, control what you can control.
Because it's hard when you have to mingle and mix all those things together. It's like you can't do, today I'm gonna deal with this, and tomorrow I'm gonna deal with that. No, it usually all comes at once. It all
gotta come. Like you gotta apply it to every aspect. So that's really what I'm learning. Just learning to let go and just leave stuff and let stuff be. Lean not on my own understanding.
Understood.
Okay.
I feel like with taking on other people's problems and everything, you actually hit the mark, because I've been dealing with that a lot lately. And I'm not saying, I don't want to listen to you. No, talk to me, because I told you you can talk to me, so I'm going to listen. But now I have to learn how to take that and not apply it or make it affect my life personally. Yes. Because that's hard. Really hard. Because if you my friend, you my sister, you my anything. Literally. How you feel, I'm going to feel. You hurt, I'm going to hurt. Literally. So it's like, how do I manage your hurt while not making it intertwined with my hurt at the same time? Yes. That's my reflection or my review. Okay. Yes.
That's good. Thing. Yeah. Because I realized too, like sometimes I would be like intentional and be like, okay, I'm not going to take that on. I can like cut it off, especially like with me wanting to go into therapy and stuff. I'm going to have to learn. Yeah, girl. So some stuff I can, but then what I realized, I don't know if it's God or what, but I will go through exactly what that person just told me. And it'll be like, I call, like, say it's Jordan. I'm like, Jordan, now why did you tell me that? Because now I'm going through the exact same thing. Like, so I don't know what that is, but sometimes I charge it up to, like, the podcast. I'd be like, if I'm journaling, like, my recent reflections, I would journal something, and then, I don't know if this sounds weird, but I would journal something, and then, like, I'll go through it deeper, and then, like, it gives me more ammunition for the podcast. It'd be like, that's like, say I set out the outline for this week to be, like, just for instance, our podcast today, I wrote it down, and then, like, up until then, I'm living it. And it'd be like, wow, okay, at least I'm not going to just be on a podcast talking about stuff I don't experience. So it's like, I'm going through it, so how did I get out of it, or what's, how am I coping with it, or whatever. So I think it's just crazy how everything, like, goes around and be like full throttle.
Full circle moment.
Yes.
And it's really weird because I feel like I just turned 20 3 months ago, and you know when I turned 20.
Yes, girl.
But just starting to realize that I'm becoming more of an adult. Yeah. This life chunk is not easy, and I'm saying that as a college student, but I'm like, this is just like a fraction of what I'm going to deal with when I'm out of school. Yeah. Whenever that time is going to be. So I feel like with the whole realization and you journaling your things out, and then you're looking deep into it, and then you're experiencing throughout the week, and it gives you more knowledge to give to other people in your podcast, it's really cool for you because you kind of created your own outlet in a way that other people haven't found yet.
The outlet. And I wish they do.
Buried inside and deep. Yeah.
And that's probably the only thing that keeps me going.
Really?
Like, yeah, I got to keep going. Because that's what the podcast is for. I think I get so just thinking about other people and like what their podcasts are or how their stuff looks, and it's like, no, mine is really just to document my journey. Mine is nothing to be taken no type of way, but comparison to document kills. Literally. Yeah. So I would definitely say that's something I gotta work on, but just rolling over and correlating everything to what we're talking about today, like I was telling you last week and the week before, I'm not gonna lie, it was not a better time to do this podcast than today. Because I'm finally feeling like myself again. Like I'm coming out of that funk of just not having free time, but being okay with the free time too. Because what was it, yesterday? I don't think I did anything. Like I was actually really happy to not do something. But like, how do you feel about as far as like being so productive and having so many things to do, and then do you utilize that time for yourself? Do you feel like you do what the card tell you, or do you feel like...
No, I don't.
Okay, talk to me. Why not?
I feel like... Because I be feeling guilty. Like, I feel like there's so much stuff I could be doing. And then part of it is my fault, because it's like, you could have been did that. You could have been got it done, but you procrastinating. And so when you have the free time, you got to use it to actually do some work. That's my problem. And I feel like even when I don't have any work to do, I'm like, okay, there's something that can be done.
Yeah.
It's something that can be done, so I gotta do it later.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what keeps me from enjoying my free time. Like, I just won't let myself breathe.
Yeah.
But when it comes to your free time, like, how long did it take you to be like, okay, you don't have nothing to do and that's okay. Just live through it. Just enjoy it. Like, how long did that take you?
I don't necessarily know if it took me a certain amount of time, but going to like what you said first, the procrastination, I had to literally last week stop procrastinating. Like, I had to work my behind off early in the week, so later in the week I can have more time to do stuff. But even if you procrastinate, you can't do quality work. I had to realize that quality work is better than rushed work.
It is, yeah.
So like, say you have like an assignment due 11:59 Sunday.
Probably do.
Yeah. So I would try literally. So I would try to get all that stuff done earlier in the week. And then later in the week, I can have that time to rest.
Yeah.
But like you, I would be like, it's something I got to do. It's something I'm missing something. So I promise you, I would literally be on a computer going to every class, looking at all my check, like my planner. I'd be writing in my journal, like, what am I doing today? I got reminders in my phone. Like, I don't know if it's like an OCD obsession type of thing, but I'm like, literally, I have a calendar. I have reminders app. I have my planner. I have
nothing can go unnoticed.
Literally. So I literally go back and check every single thing. And then if everything is checked off, I'll be like, okay, I deserve it. I deserve it. But then they'd be like, but
yeah.
but I could be like bettering myself. How can I better myself? Okay, let me start a business. Like, we just be so ready to like push out new things. And I realize for me, at least, it just be perfectionism maybe. But I always strive to be the best version of myself. My daddy said, always give it 100, you good. So I'm trying to give everything 100. And if I'm not doing homework, if I'm not putting together a PowerPoint, if I'm not doing a podcast, if I'm not studying my word, if I'm not doing something, like, I do feel that, like, what am I supposed to do? I feel like we get so caught up in that, like, alone time, we start to feel like useless in a sense.
Yes.
And it'd be like,
it allows you to get in your head.
Yes.
You sit still with nothing to do but be in your head. And that's what creates the problem sometimes.
But sometimes we need that.
You think so?
Yes, sometimes we need that. And that's where you like have your creative outlets, like you were saying about like me with my podcast. I have to stop looking at my podcast like a job and look at it like my outlet. Because that's when it starts like, ooh, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta push out. And it's like, no, let me just flow.
Just chill.
Let me just flow. Because that's when I start getting that anxiety. But that time by yourself is like quality. It's top tier.
Is.
And sometimes I literally put my phone doing other stuff. I have a special one where nobody gets through. Now sometimes, like, you know, you got certain ones that some people can get through, but this one nobody can get through, because sometimes I do need like time to literally just sit here. Rather it's sitting here quiet, putting my music on, dance around my living room. Like, I made like a self-care jar. If I pull like something out, I don't use it often. I try to do at least once a week, but life been hectic. But I try to, and that literally helps me a lot. And something I also like to do is like visual diaries.
Okay, me too. I love visual diaries.
So, and I think that in my blogs help me do stuff by myself without feeling alone all the way, because it's like I'm doing it for something. I'm not necessarily just walking around talking to myself. I'm doing it for the blog.
Future you. You're doing it for future you.
Exactly. Even like the podcast, like I'm just talking for future me, or talking for somebody else that's going through the same thing. So I think documenting that stuff just to see yourself in that area grow. What do you feel like is going on in your head that you don't want to sit with?
Disappointments.
In what?
Like, one thing I've noticed when you were talking is, what did you say? You said when you do things, you want to do it for yourself. When you have your own self-care time, you're doing it for yourself. Or when you're completing assignments and you're getting things done, you're rewarding yourself. But for me, I feel like I'm doing it so that I know I'm not disappointing another person, like, or letting people down. So I think that's my problem. That's our difference. You know you should do it for yourself, but I'm doing it for other people. So it's like I never had that satisfaction of being done, or I never had the satisfaction of completing or achieving, because it's like, if I get it done, that person is going to feel that way. So I'm straight. Like, I don't care how I feel. As long as they're fine, then it's good. And I think that's my problem. I'm putting them before myself. And that's what the problem is. But to answer your question, I feel like Wait, ask it again. I lost it.
Like, what were you sitting with? But you said, like, I asked, what are you sitting with? Or
yeah,
that
that's
you
what
don't
I'm sitting with.
The disappointment.
Yes.
And I understand that, like, because it sounds like people pleasing. In a sense,
yeah.
that's what I do. Like, I'm not going to lie.
Very
That's what I do a lot, too.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it was more so, like, my dad. So even with school, like, I used to be an undergrad, like, I got to make my dad proud. I'm just going to do this for him. Like, this is for him. Because he believed in me this whole time.
Exactly.
And I wanted to show him that I'm living up to, like, the standard. Like, we done coached me through elementary, middle school, high school. Like, you done coached me up and look at me.
Look at me now.
Exactly. So,
graduated.
Right. But I had to realize, like, if this is something I really want to do. And if it's not, it's okay to let it go.
Yeah.
I think my senior year in college, I was like, when I was sleep deprived and all those things, I had to let go. Like, I was in, too many doggone clubs.
Yeah, I remember. You was active.
Girl, too many. And it's because I have so many interests, and I also I like company. I'm an introvert, but I'm an introvert, like, in defense, if that makes sense. Like, I like to be by myself, but I really thrive with a community of people.
Okay.
So I would like to be in different organizations with people that do stuff I like. Yeah. But I ended up having to drop, like, 3 organizations just because it's like, I want to please y'all, but look.
I remember.
Like, look, y'all. I cannot do it. Like, I'm crying every night, y'all. Like
it's getting that serious.
And I don't want you to get to that point. Or if you have already, like, you have to really do what makes you happy and think about it. Like, when I was growing up, my dad always had me write down, like, what makes me happy.
Okay.
So that's how I chose what I stayed in, and that's how I chose, like, where I'm going in life and what do I do. And while I do like to make other people happy, because that's what I used to write on my list, I like to make other people happy.
Wow. You've been this way.
Literally, since a child. But it's like, to what extent? Because you walk around not knowing what you want to do, you'll leave college with that and be like, all right, I done did
all these.
Now where am I?
Right.
Like, what do I have to do? Yeah. So I would just use the college experience for what it is.
Understood.
Yeah.
I feel like, now, college isn't bad. I'm still having fun. I'm still enjoying myself. I'm still being active and everything. But I feel like I know I can keep going. I just need to chill out for a second, put my life together for like a day, and then I'll be straight. That's how I feel. And I feel like with you quitting organizations, not saying that was a bad idea for you, because that's what you have to do for you. Yeah. But for me, I don't want to do that. I don't. I like doing what I do. I like running organizations. I like delegating, which I'm still learning on my own. Because like you said, you were hyper independent, and I'm kind of the same way. Like, I want the help, but it's like, if I ask you, it's kind of like a sign of weakness. Like, I can't do it. That's my thing. And so I like enjoying figuring out myself and seeing how I progress as a young woman, for real. At the same time, like, goodness gracious, like, I just need a second and I'll be fine. But I feel like with the whole what makes me happy, like you, it's making other people happy. That's what makes me happy. But then it's like, if those people really care for you, they want you to be happy too.
Exactly.
So when they notice that you're not really on your 10, or you feeling this way, you looking this way, that's a good thing. But if you have people who are constantly being happy because of you, but they're not trying to pour back into you or check on you, that's when you gotta really, like, all right.
Because it gets really draining.
Yeah.
Like, it gets really draining. And well, you said something really good. Like, you have to be around people that, like, love, that it's reciprocated.
Yes.
Like, you have to. And
that's when it's draining, when it's not reciprocated.
Exactly. Because you see me doing all of this, like you said. And I had to learn people can't read your mind. But your real friends, they gonna reciprocate. They gonna be like, you good, you need something, or whatever. But also, speaking up, like, do you feel like you're in positions where you can, like, tell them, like, hey, y'all, I need a day. Like, hey, I need a mental day. So take it.
True. Okay.
Take it and don't feel guilty. I don't know how else to tell you, but, like, just every time you feel guilty, just tell yourself it matters. Because ultimately, that's just your ego talking.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Like, that's just your ego. Why you not doing something? And literally, I'm learning that in school right now. Like, your ego is talking more about, like, your super ego is more so talking about, like, your parental, like, goals, like what your parents will tell you. And oftentimes it's like, we'll put more emphasis on what we're doing than our parents even would. Like, we're putting more of a push than our parents ever would. Because you think about it,
to make them proud, though.
Exactly.
Like,
you're putting way too much pressure on yourself. So sit with yourself and say it's needed. Because how can you show up for anybody and you're not 100? Like, you are not 100,
right.
girl. I'm telling you, find small things. Like, if you like the color, girl. I used to, my little sketchbook down there.
Pencils and markers.
I be trying to do something. Girl, I be in here playing my little drum, my little bongos, girl.
Bongos?
Girl, yeah. I be doing anything, girl. I'm trying to get back playing the violin again. Like, I'm trying to just, whatever I can do, because it be stressful. But it doesn't get easier. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. It does not get easier, but you get stronger. You definitely do.
Resilient.
Yes. Okay. And, ooh, that resilient word. That resilient word. Like, I used to live by that. Like, okay, I'm resilient, but I was depressing. So I was pushing through, but I wasn't, like, addressing what was going on. Like, I would be, okay, I'm pushing through this heartbreak. I'm pushing through that failed test. I'm pushing through my friends being mean to me. I'm pushing through. Like, no, you actually have to address it. Because if you don't address it, you're going to grow up an old grumpy lady. And I don't want to be an old grumpy lady. I don't want to be an old grumpy lady. So, yeah, that's just something else. Like, do you feel like you address things?
No, I don't. But I'm getting better at it.
Okay,
I'm starting to. I am.
Okay, good.
Slowly but surely. But honestly, I'm only addressing people who I know is going to take it as me just talking to them, not me talking at them, if that makes sense. Like,
but people would think that. I would never think that about you. Like, you're talking at me.
No, really?
People are thinking that. People are out here thinking you talking at them. Like,
I don't think it's that. Like I said, I really think it's just me in my own head. I don't want to come off. I don't want to disappoint you.
Yeah.
I don't want to make you upset. I don't want to make you mad. And I think, saying that, one thing I learned, what do you call it? Your review of yourself?
Reflection.
Your
reflection, yes.
I learned that as a leader, not everyone is going to like you. Not everyone's going to agree with you. Not everyone's going to see eye to eye with you. And I feel like what was holding me back from being my best leader in myself for other people was the fact that I didn't want no one not to agree with me, not to be on the other side with me, not to dislike me. Because it's like, no, like, I want you to be good. But it's like, I'm risking the success of the organization or whatever I have going on. Yeah. Because I don't want to make this one person happy. You know what I mean? So I had to learn that being a leader, you're going to have to face, conflict. You're going to have to face disagreements. You're going to have to face animosity. You're going to have to face a lot of those things. That. Yeah, which I'm not ready for, which I've learned about myself. Like, I think I'm not being the best leader because I'm not allowing people to just be in their own feelings despite like how I'm feeling myself, if that makes sense.
So how do you feel like you could improve?
I wouldn't say not care about how they feel, but like, business is business.
Yeah, look at me. Yeah, don't care about how they feel.
See what I mean? You see what I mean? Like, it's stuff like that I'm still working on, but I do analyze that a lot. So yeah. But
I feel like that's what makes you a good leader. And I literally had to tell. I love you so much because you literally remind me of like just the people that I hang with on a daily, and just the fact that you care that much, and you are aware. That makes you a good leader. Just that simple fact, because a lot of people are leaders and they don't even know what they're doing. They don't know like the impact they're having on the people that's following them. They don't know that they're being a dictator. They don't know that they're just being last minute. They don't know what's going on. They're just in the position. Yeah. So you even being aware is,
I appreciate
it's top.
That.
Like, it's top. And I'm actually really proud because I think the episode we did was about getting more involved. Yeah. And look at you now.
I'm involved already.
Look at you getting involved, girl. Yes. That's good. I absolutely love that. For real. That. Yes. Girl, don't worry about that leadership stuff though, girl. Why? Listen. I mean, not like it's not good. It's like good. The bad parts of it. Yeah, don't worry about the like the bad parts because, like you said, you already know. Yeah. I think it'd be like we be thinking we're just talking ourselves out of it, but it's factual. It is. Like, people are not gonna like you. People are gonna perceive you how they want, and I had to realize that too. In that running from conflict thing, girl, I did a whole like Bible plan on that. Really? Because I'm a keep the peace person instead of make the peace, and it's a big difference. Okay. It's a difference because if you I find myself telling people this like he's like the third person I told in a week. But
let me hear it. I need it.
But like basically keeping the peace is just like you said, just outwardly people pleasing or outwardly just okay, that's fine, I'll handle it. Or okay, all right. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So not saying anything, but making the peace is actually addressing it, because while you think like on the exterior that you're keeping peace, but on the inside there's no peace. You're building up the whole opposite. It's so much dysfunction inside. So instead of doing that, just actually talking to people. Now it's scary. I'm not a confrontational person either. That's probably because I'm here. So I don't like confrontation. I personally avoid until it's obvious that I have to engage. Like it's like
you're gonna try to like.
I'm gonna be like, I don't really want to. Like I'm literally so to the point where it's like I'm oblivious. Like I would be walking past somebody, my friend, like, did you see what she did? I'm like, no. Like, no, I'm not on that. Like I do not like confrontation. But what you have to realize, or what I had at least had to realize, was that it comes with it, and it's also a good thing, because all you have to do is like, what did you mean by that? Because I didn't get that
clarification.
Yeah, like because sometimes it's just miscommunication. So that's a thing. And the people just being their feelings. Yeah. You deal with bad people. Yeah. You deal with rude people. It's unfortunate, but the way that you have that gentle spirit and like that calm and like nice, you're nice. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. People are going to take, and it's hard. Like I see on Twitter all the time, like, I'm just going to have to learn that nice people just never get done right. And it be so bitter, but like it be real, because it's like, dang, but keep doing it. Do not change.
And I think I'm not changing, but I find myself thinking like, maybe you need to change, you know, like maybe you need to stop being so nice and stop being so sweet. And I find myself constantly reminding myself to like, no, you don't need to change. You can still say sweet, stay nice, but stand your ground. Yeah. Don't let somebody run you over. Yeah. You can still be sweet and not let nobody BS you. You know? So
that comes with growth. Like you're very young.
Yeah, I am. I'm thinking I'm like 25. I just said 20.
Like yes, but you are very mature. I told you that last time. Like you're very up there. So it comes with time. Like that discernment and when to know when I'm supposed to act a certain way is gonna come. I promise you, it's gonna come.
I feel like from our last conversation, we were talking about getting involved on campus. I think it's cool how now we're talking about how to deal with all this involvedness and how to go about, you know, being on top. I know, it's really cool. That's so cool.
That is, because I'm actually like, when I was looking, because I was looking for this video. Like, I was like, where? I'm like, oh, I hope she don't think I just didn't post it. Like, I'm like, oh my God, then I was sleep deprived. I was also...
Understood.
Always.
A lot going on.
It's too much going on during that time. But I was like, where's this video? But I had listened to a little bit of it on the podcast app. And I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, I can't wait to have her back on, because I just can't wait to see how much you've grown. Because we don't see each other often.
No, we don't.
Like, we don't see each other barely any. So, I just see, just a couple times. And I see you on social media. And you always doing great. I be like, oh.
Thank you.
Girl, and no, you posted pictures. And the song, it was from the Untitled album.
Oh, yeah.
And that's my favorite Kendrick album. Yes. Really? I literally have it on my vinyl.
I just discovered it. Don't be mad at me.
No,
I just discovered it.
It's okay. I'm happy you like the album.
I do.
Okay, I'm happy you do, because...
It's very, like it's springy and yeah, I love it.
I love it. Well, he dropped it. That was my thing. I was listening to that since high school. I don't care. I know the sequence. I know what song come on next.
I'm already knowing.
But yes, I was just like, oh my God, I love this. Like, I just love to see, like, one, we have things in common. Yeah. And then two, like, you're growing and all the things. Like, you're achieving so much, girl. Like, girl, you doing a thing. You are doing a thing.
And you are too, honestly.
Thank you.
I like how you came back.
Yeah. Really?
I do. I like how you came back to serve your campus.
Yeah, because I love ASU.
I can tell.
ASU hurt my feelings sometimes.
But it's a love-hate thing.
It's a love-hate thing.
Which is allowed. That's what makes the love stronger. So.
I was just talking to my dad about that.
Really?
Literally. Like not about ASU, but like just the fact that he was like, you know, we do a lot of the worst things to the people we got to be in our life with. They got to be in our life forever.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And it'd be like, wow, because I was like apologizing to him for my teenage years. It was like, girl, I be getting sentimental. But I was like, I just want to apologize for all the teenage years. I was a handful. Like,
girl, you know that.
Literally. But he was like, you know, we just go through the worst with the people we got to stay with the longest.
Yes.
So it's just like, it is what it is. But with ASU, I really do love ASU. And they poured into me. They still pour into me to this day. So I'm pouring back as much as I can. So I love your perspective. Because, you know, it'd be like a lot of different things. And I be seeing and hearing things. And it just be like, Don't let stuff get to you.
You can't.
Because it'd be like, you don't know why I'm here. Like,
Remember
you don't know what's
why.
going on.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Girl, look at you, smart.
Thank you. I'm like,
girl, literally. So, what do you feel like you're gonna like? What do you want to branch into? I don't know if we talked about that on the last
like
pod.
career-wise.
Yes.
I want to go down the medical path. I do. I have a lot of passion in the medical field, taking care of people, but more so like the brain and the mind. I thought about the psychological branch for it, but I think I'm going to go more into like the lab and the hands-on and the
smart girl.
Yes, and facilities and everything. So I want to do neuroscience.
Okay.
But I want to do it for like athletics.
Yes.
So I want to be with like the NBA, NFL, WNBA, ice hockey, because I know concussions. Their highest rates are in football and ice hockey. I never thought about ice hockey.
I never thought about ice hockey. I knew football. I knew football had to be there. Yeah.
But ice hockey is another one of them. And just being able to be like a specialist for them, and I'm on call whenever they need me for like any type of head trauma, concussions, spinal issues, anything like that. I want to be not in charge of, but like a helping hand in. So that's what I want to specialize in after I graduate from med school.
Okay, girl, I love that.
Thank you,
girl. My cousin about to go to the NFL.
For real?
So I might y'all get y'all together. Yeah.
Don't even say might. Like please.
yes.
What's his LinkedIn or her LinkedIn?
He's I don't know what his LinkedIn is, but I'll find it. His name is Davion Williams, but I'll send it to you. If he got, I hope he got one.
I hope he got one too.
I don't follow him on LinkedIn. I never thought about it, but yeah, I'll definitely try to find it and I'll send it to you because everybody needs to buy. I love LinkedIn, girl. I think I found you on LinkedIn. Did I get you?
I don't know if I reconnected back. I haven't opened the app in like a week.
Oh no, that was a while ago. I think I did see you on there though. I just went and like redid my whole LinkedIn.
My whole thing. I need help on mine.
Girl, I don't know. I try to help.
Okay.
I just playing on a little app. I was at work bored.
It does take a lot though. Like setting up. I was like procrastinating setting it up because it wanted my ID and all my information and stuff like.
You at the very beginning,
yeah. So I was like, I don't feel like doing that, but I finally did it like a month ago, so I'm on there. But I feel like LinkedIn. It's crazy you say that because I went to a leadership training Friday and Saturday, and this guy, he had a LinkedIn icon and an Instagram icon, and it was intentional versus famous. No, yeah, it was intentional versus famous, and he was saying how people post on Instagram, Facebook and everything to get the attention and the likes and comments and everything, and that's temporary attention. But if you put it on LinkedIn, it's more like a beneficial relationship with the attention you gain because you're networking. You're networking, you're getting jobs, application, interviews, anything. So that was just like one little thing I thought about.
That's good though, and I actually can see that because when I made my LinkedIn, I was like looking at a lot of people's accounts, and I was just like, oh my god, look at all the people they're doing so great, and I'm like, because this is like. When I first got LinkedIn, I was in undergrad, and I was like, I'm never going to use this. Yeah. Nobody's going to use this. Like, who's using this? But as I get older, I see a lot of people on there and posting like it's social media, girl.
Yes,
I'm like,
that's what I said. Professional Instagram. Like, literally. I didn't know that.
And I want to get into the, like, posting on LinkedIn. Like, I'm like, I want to start posting my achievements. And be like, oh, Lord, what'd I do?
Exactly. Like, what did I do?
What did I do? Let me update the people. Like, because that's cool. Like, I really do appreciate it more now because it's like so many opportunities on there. And
that Handshake.
Yeah. I didn't Handshake wasn't as up and running when I was in undergrad as it is now. Like I have students calling all the time and they're like, Can you help me set up Handshake? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm sorry, I cannot talk. That is all they show us now.
Really, it's Handshake?
Yes, Handshake, yes.
'Cause they got like work studies on there too now. Yeah, they update that. I'm happy. I wish I was a part of that.
That little air.
But I mean, it's 2 years out, but it is what it is.
So I have a question. When it comes to, I don't want to like veer off the topic.
No, you're fine.
Veer off the topic.
Go ahead.
Okay. When it came to like your circle when you were in college, how much of an effect would you say that had on you versus from your freshman year versus your senior year and you graduating?
A ton. Just being transparent. I was a party girl.
Okay, cool.
I was a party girl. Okay. I was like, so I was with all the party folks, and as I kept going, like I was with the party folks, but I was also in my books. Everybody wasn't doing that.
Right.
So as I started maneuvering, like growing sophomore, junior, senior, people was leaving school. Yeah. And then also what I realized is I kind of started slacking a little bit in my school. not necessarily in the work, but just like being active on campus. So like I really didn't know nobody besides the people at the parties. And then when I stopped going to the parties as much and I started like really getting active on campus, I was like nervous because I'm like, I've never been in these environments before. I don't know who these people are. That'd be like, that's like my first semester of sophomore year. After that, I was more active on campus and I had more friends on campus. But I would say that's just my experience, because I know people that's active on campus and off campus. Like, they be living it. I'm like, okay, cool. But I feel like for me, like, just being able to grow the way I did, and just, I feel like I've grown beautifully. Like, not even trying to toot no horn, but like really, because it's been like so much in my whole life. So just being able to grow to where I am now, I think the circle I was with my senior year was the best circle I've ever had. It's expanded, but I feel like the support, the motivation, the influence they have on me, the influence I have on them, like everybody has their own thing going on, and I love that. Like, even if I had a friend, my friend Kayla, she graduated before me. She sat out a year or two. Now she's in law school. Like, it doesn't matter. I feel like a lot of people get caught up on like, oh, what are you doing right after college? Or what are you doing in college? And it's like, no, I know my friends. They have goals and aspirations, and they're determined. They're ambitious. So they're going to get it done. And even my friends that aren't doing law school, grad school, they still have something going for themselves. And they're supportive. They're good people. I'm not around people that will leave me at a club. I'm not around people that will talk bad about me. Like, you know, and if I do be around some people that do that, they're not my circle. They just people I'm around. But I think it's important to have people that have the same like outlook on life and the same morals, because I've been in situations where the morals do not match, and that's like that's a draining relationship. It is. It's draining. Yes, it's really, really draining. So I think I spoke with a girl named Aaliyah Kimball. She's back in Detroit though, but we did a podcast like virtual, like I was telling you how I doing a thing. And we were she's like 15 though. Okay. And we were like giving her advice, and she was just asking me different questions, and she asked me something like that too. And I think it's important, but she seems to be around some good people. I'm like, period, y'all smart. 15?
Early too, yeah.
I was not on that. I was not thinking about that, but I think it's very important. Like, inner circle, yeah. I hope I answered that good.
You did, yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Do you feel like your circle is conducive to like who you're trying to do, who you're trying to be?
Yes, it is. I had to learn how to separate people too. Like, learn not everyone's going to be on the same page. Yeah. And that's okay. Like, you can have your friend for this and your friend for that and so on. But I can't say that I've realized that I've been gravitating more towards certain people than others. Yeah. And in my head, I'm like, why? Like, why don't you just, you know, be more with them and less with that person? But then I started to realize when I'm with the people that I'm gravitating towards, I feel more free. I feel more on point. I'm getting encouraged. I feel like they're actually pouring into me. Yeah. It's a beneficial relationship. So I feel like that's just one thing that I've learned and known from my freshman year to now, which is why I asked you. Yeah. Because I know they say people come and go through college, but like who actually stays for real? So I just wanted to know like who stayed with you. Not who, but like, how did you go about people that stayed with you? Oh, I thought you said who I was about to name. No, each and every person. I love that, but no, that's not what I meant. But no, I'm joking. But no, that's really good though. I've had a few people that it was like hard to veer from. Yeah. And it was like my freshman year, I veered from a group, and then we ended up getting back cool. But then it ended up falling off again. It's like, yep, I see you. Yeah. God said, so, okay, I'll just show you again. Okay, if you just want to keep trying. But basically, yeah. But it wasn't nothing horrible, but it was still just like, yeah, I knew that back then. So I should have just kept the same mindset. But even like veering off from that, that's something that also taught me, like, I can't be worried about people's perspective and what their opinions, because you're worried about why I'm hanging with people that pour into me. You're worried about why I'm hanging with people that motivate me. You're worried about why I'm hanging with people that are helping me and doing these things with me. And I feel like it's nothing wrong with that. Me personally, I don't feel like I would do that as a friend to anybody. Right. Like, unless you were like my bestie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, girl, why you stop hanging with me? Like, jealous and stuff. Yeah. But like, we just met in college. Like, this is just not my group. Like, but y'all are cool though. And I don't think a lot of people understand that it's okay. People aren't always here. Like, you're just not my friend. Right. You're just not my best friend. But you're somebody's best friend. I think people, even like, you know how
people be possessive in relationships, people can be very possessive in friendships. And it's like, I don't need that. And to an extent, I'm possessive too. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like, I'm possessive over Jordan. I'm not gonna cap.
Really? I can see that.
Any new friend, like any new friend, I'm like, who is this? Like, but eventually, I don't want to let my pride get in that. Yeah, like I just like, okay, cool, she's cool. I get to know her. Like, it's never been like I'm gonna talk down.
Right. No.
It's never been I'm gonna be mean. You know, like it's never been that. It's just like, oh, I gotta share my friend.
Yes.
But it's okay. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know Jordan's a good friend. If she's your friend, I know she's cool.
You straight, yeah.
So I think
I love that too.
Yeah, I trust her, and because she's my friend for a reason. I think a lot of people have friends just to have friends, like just to be around. Oh, you pretty? I'm pretty. Let's be friends.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
Like, or oh, you do this, I do this. Let's be friends.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't really love your friend. You don't really know your friend, love your friend, all the things. And I feel like once you really do that, it's hard for me to do that with a bunch of people though. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. And I like to have friends who know I'm not always going to be there. I'm going to be here for you, but I'm not going to call you every day.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to text you every day. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but I still love you. And, you know, and I'm still going to invite you out. I'm still going to do all the things. But the moment it starts going into, like a rage of jealousy, it's like when I be like, all right.
Yeah, you got it. Whoa.
Yeah, no.
Understood.
Because it's not healthy.
It's not.
Can't do that. And I'm personally too old. I know you're not old.
But
you're too old for that too. Like, I'm personally just too old to listen. I don't even argue with my man. Like, I'm not trying to argue with you. Like, I'm not trying to argue with nobody over no friendship. Like, unless somebody really did something wrong, then we can have a conversation.
Right.
But if it's to the point where we're being disrespectful, or it's like hate, and it's just like, yeah, that was never healthy. So
one thing I can say is that I'm noticing I don't be looking for the trouble, the drama, the chaos. I don't look for any of that. And so, like, when you ask, oh, did you see what she just did? You're like, no.
Yeah.
That is so me too, because it's like, even if she did do it and I saw it, like,
what do I care?
Yeah, like, okay, like, it didn't really affect me. And I feel like people who let it affect them, I feel bad for them.
Yes.
That's just causing more.
That's trouble in you.
On your head, on your conscience. I already got enough going on. Why don't let a stranger do it?
Literally, Tabby already got enough going on. Like, I'm having a long day.
I don't know, like, call me boring, but I just don't care for stuff like that.
Yeah, and see, that's why I think maybe we have good conversations, and why you like talking to me and why I like talking to you, because I don't like to do the gossipy type of thing. Like, and I'll be telling people all the time, like, I know you probably tired of me because I do not pay attention when y'all get the gossiping. Like, I didn't have people call me throwed off. I'm like, I'll be throwed off. Like, I'm just don't care. Like, what y'all talking about, it doesn't pertain to me. And something my dad told me, I keep mentioning him. I just love my dad so much.
I love that for you.
But he's always told me, like, if it don't bring you peace, don't give it attention. And I know that's a very common saying, but like, even down to, like, you know, for me, like, say like an ex or an old friend, I'll like, somebody will send me something of theirs, and they're like, did you see what so and so posted? And I'll be like, and then I'll send it to my dad, be like, that's not your friend. And I like literally he'll still, to this day, he'll tell me, whoever sent you that is not your friend. Because why are they doing that? I'm like, well, we were talking about it, and it was like, it's a little different. Like, I was venting, and then she brought it up. So, but at the same time, it's like, but did you go to the page and look further? I was like, yeah. It was like, so why, if that screenshot didn't give you peace, why did you just go look for more chaos? So that's what I had to realize. Like, I would literally feed into that unsettledness. So I had to stop. Like, if somebody talking about me,
you clocked your tea, I'm not gonna lie.
Literally, I was like, okay, he do that all the time, girl, and that's why I be clocking everybody else.
Yes, he should. He just relaying the message.
Yes, because some people don't have that, and I love to do that, because I love my dad so much, girl. So some people, like, they have people in their life, but they don't have people that give them truth like that.
They just let them float.
Yeah. My dad told me that today. I'm just trying to make sure y'all accountable. You know, you could be all the things in the world, but you better be accountable, because you be walking around mad at the world, and you wrong.
And I feel like that takes so much maturity to admit that you're wrong, or to admit that you could have done something differently, or to admit that what you did just was outright, like, just not it at all, out of character of you. It takes a lot, because a prideful person be like, no, they did this and they did that, and that's why I did. That's You got to be able to just sit down and reevaluate yourself. A lot of people cannot evaluate themselves. They can't analyze themselves. So if you can, that's a gift.
Literally.
That's a gift. You're saving money.
Remember that's a gift.
Yes,
I have to remember that's a gift because everybody cannot.
And I feel like the ones who can't do that, that's why, like you said, they're so mad at the world.
Yeah.
Or they're always holding something or a grudge or anything. Like, I don't know. Me, I don't like being upset. I don't like being mad. I like being happy.
Yeah.
I like smiling. Like, why would you make me want to feel any other way? You know? So if you think, how can I put this? I'm not going to allow you to make me feel that way. So why would I allow myself to make me feel that way too? Which is why you analyze yourself.
That's good. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's really good. Okay, I have a question. So, do you read books?
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't read a book in like 2 years.
Okay, that's fine. We don't have to ask that. I haven't read a good book in a while, so that's why I was gonna ask you if you hadn't read a good book. But it's okay. Give me something that you feel like is advice that you got that really helped you, like that you could probably feel yourself that is helping you today.
Why you put me on the spot like that?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I would
or just any advice you can give.
Oh, okay. I did recently get some advice. Well, it's like pretty straight up. She told me to sit down somewhere and let people do their jobs. I was told that. And that's because, like you were talking about earlier with the super independency thing, you're like, oh no, I got it. I can do it. You weren't really delegating what you're supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah,
I was told to sit down, let them do their job, and now bring me more peace, and it actually does. So that was one piece of advice that she gave me because I was talking to her about the same situation with the productiveness and being guilty and everything. So that was one advice that she gave me. It's pretty boring, but it's real.
But that's good. And girl, me, you know I'm a psychology girl, so we gonna break it down.
Yeah.
Sit down and let other people do their job. Don't overdo your part.
Don't overdo your part, no.
Do not overdo your part. No matter if you in a leadership position, even if it's just in life, sit down and let other people do their part.
It is true.
Because you can't play a game by yourself.
And you're not helping those people either. You may be thinking you're helping them by doing their job, but you're not. You're
enabling.
You gotta allow them to do what they're supposed to be doing so they can. Yeah. What's wrong?
That's the worst thing is to enable. Yeah. Like to enable somebody, and I had to realize that because while we think we're handling it, you're just enabling their flaw. And it's like everybody has flaws, but when you can be strengthening, like if you're a president or something, like you're supposed to be strengthening your team. So. It just clicked. It just like boom. Okay. Yes, girl. I love that. Yes, girl. I just really want to thank you for coming on, of course. Girl. You know you always welcome.
Thank you.
You're always welcome
because I love this place.
Really? You can come anytime.
Yeah, thank you.
You can definitely come. Like, do I already have your number? We always just text on Instagram.
Yeah, I was gonna send you my number today.
Because I was thinking that.
Texting me on Instagram.
I'm like, we just keep texting on Instagram, but I'm gonna get your. We're gonna do the thing.
Okay.
But yes, cause girl. I just be chilling. If you just want to do homework, or whatever, just sit here. We play cards. I got a lot of cards.
Okay,
I'm a in a house girly. Like, I can't wait to make a TikTok when it be like I'm just strapped with all my stuff with all my little games. I'm already in the house girly, but yes, anytime, girl. Do you want to leave them with anything? Yes, I know you gave some advice, but.
I feel like I gave all the knowledge I had today. And I actually gained a lot from you today, too. So thank you.
No problem, girl. I feel like I talk too much. I feel like I
talk too much.
No, we're the same person. We're the same person. But I be thinking, just because I always talk on here, I think something I really I want to get more stuff out of people. So I got to do a better job at just asking more questions.
Yeah, you're doing good.
But I be wanting to engage because I don't want it to just be an interview. Like, where are you from?
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
Yeah.
I just want to have a regular conversation and then just with mics here. Just act like none of this stuff is here. But just a regular conversation. I feel like we had that today.
I did too. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. I do.
No problem, boo. Well, thank y'all for tuning into another episode. Make sure y'all follow Marshay on her Instagram. I'll put everything on the screen for y'all so you don't have to worry about saying anything, but I'll put it all on the screen. Thank y'all for tuning into another episode, and if nobody touches today, I love you. Bye.